G, C, and D, which is what every country singer is supposed to do. And in the bridge, I put a minor in it and it rocks. He goes, well, that's a cool song. Oh, you wrote it. Anyway, I love Blue. Can you tell? He has hair on his back. I know because he had me shave one time. He's awesome. There's this dude out in San Angelo named Blaine. He owns a bar called Blaine's Pub, bar of your dreams. Not really sure what dream that was. It was not one of mine. And he loved to drink, and he loved living in San Angelo because back then, well, it's still a straight shot to Mexico. It's just not one I would advise anybody driving. But back then, you could drive down to Mexico, and every day at Blaine's Pub was Christmas or birthday. Whenever people give you gifts, that's what it was at that club. And I knew that because the first time I got there, some dude named Mike, and then another bunch of dudes he just called dude or crew member. They would just knock on the door every like half hour or an hour, and they would give him a box, like a present, wrapped in tinfoil that smelled like weed. And I'd say, wow, everybody shops at the same place here. Because you had to go down to Mexico. Geez, they like you. And then other people would come in, and he would give them part of the present, and then they would give him money, and I'm pretty quick. Figure out what was going on. And then I started getting to know some of the guys that would drop the presents by, and they kept talking about their vacations that they took in Huntsville, Texas. And I grew up in the Willis, Texas, which is just like 30 minutes from Huntsville. I'm from there, man. I don't remember Huntsville being a destination spot. Oh, I get it. And then I'd call my mom and say, you're not going to believe what's happening out here. I might even get a tattoo. And so, anyway, Blaine called me one time and said, hey, he talked about this. Hey, Jack, I got Merle Haggard coming to the bar. You want to come over for him? I said, hell yeah. He goes, hey, I'm not going to tell your agent. It's just between you and me. I'm going to pay you $500. I go, wow, thanks, Blaine. That's awesome. Maybe you can buy one of your shoe boxes. And when I got to the venue, they moved it across the street because they sold so many tickets. There's an amphitheater across the street, but there's also a clause in Merle Haggard's contract that says if you place an outdoor stage and it rains on that stage within 24 hours of the show, he does not have to play. You still got to pay him all the money. And then when we were driving in from another gig somewhere, and it was raining at about 6 a.m. and by 10:30 everything was fine. It was sunny, 104 degrees, beautiful day in West Texas. And word came over to Blaine and his crew, his posse. We talked about them, and they were all smoking anything they could find backstage, like brisket, and of course tinfoil. It was cool. And but then when they get bad news and they've all been smoking and stuff all morning, it's not fun. And, everybody there, I'm not trying to get political, but they all have guns. Nobody knows they have guns. And that's just the way it is. And so anyway, I just saw everybody, the first thing they thought of when they found out Blaine was canceling the show, I could see everybody, there was a picture of a gun in a bubble above their head, and they would go get it. And so Blaine said, hey, you think maybe you could just come, he understood the contract, he goes, you think maybe just come out of the club and play a short little set? I said, no. And I was like, oh no. He said, well, and you could see the red speed marks just popping out of his face. He's been up for 7 days, getting ready for the show. And he goes, well, how about he just comes to the club and hangs out and has a few beers by the bar? And I said, no, that's not gonna happen. And I started looking for an exit strategy immediately because like, this is not getting well. And they go, I could tell Blaine was pissed. He goes, well, how about he just comes close to the club and I'll drop him off at the corner. We got security all around and he walks past the club, and as he walks by the window, he just waves in and says hello to everybody. And it's not gonna happen. I was like, that was a dumb question. I could tell what the answer was gonna be when you started that. And he just said, looked at me with that look, he goes, you gonna play us? I'll play, I'll be there. I'll walk down the street, I'll wave, and I'll just stop in, have some autographs and beers, and I'll play. First time I ever met Blaine, he goes, first time I ever met him. He's this big hulking dude, like a mixture between Shrek and Pac-Man. Meets Toby Keith. And he goes, "Hey, Jack." I said, "Yeah, hey, sir." Luckily, I just turned 30 when I met him, so I had a beard, so I felt a little tougher. I wasn't a hipster. Long before that, I had my own beard. Nothing in Esquire told me how to take care of it. And he goes, "Hey, did you ever blow bubbles as a kid?" I said, "Yeah." He goes, "He's back in town. He wants your number." So, there's no lie. None of this is a lie. So that night I got there about 10:30 and I started dim light, stick, smoke, loud music. And while I started that song, word came over that Blaine, that Merle Haggard and the Strangers had set up camp. By camp, I mean the whole band in the Holiday Inn Lounge, and they were playing a full set. And Blaine's pub was ready to light sticks on fire to take care of business. And so I started playing real quick, and then halfway through the song, Blaine came up with a tray full of tequila shots and said, "Shut it down! I got two things to say." And the whole bar, all the tables were nailed down to the ground on the cement, and all the chicks were standing on tables, because that's really fun. And everybody shut it down, because Blaine said so, and he goes, "I got two things to say. One, these boys right here," that's us, "they're better than chocolate cake." And everybody in the bar was like, "Oh God, I love chocolate cake. I'm so hungry." And I knew why. And he was number two, beer much. "Fuck Merle Haggard." I was like, "I can't say that, but I'm glad you did." And we took the shots of tequila. Even the guy that had been 2 months sober, he just said, and then the second song came, and here comes the tray of tequila shots with Blaine at the helm, and he shut everybody down, and they did, and they loved chocolate cake, and they yelled about Merle Haggard, and then we took shots, and then third, fourth, fifth song, we played 17 songs that night. Blaine came up, I took 17 shots of tequila. Blaine said the same speech 17 times. He does not remember saying it one time, I guarantee you. That night, he was running for mayor. He was running for mayor, officially. Well, he got his 5th DUI that night. Amazingly, he'd only had 2 drinks, so he told the cops. And we got in front of the judge and said, "Hey, there's a world record for consecutive rides on a Ferris wheel. I'm gonna bring a Ferris wheel to San Angelo, and I'm gonna get on and ride it. I'm gonna charge everybody in town $10 a ride. We're all gonna ride the Ferris wheel until we break the record, and when I'm done, if you don't send me to jail, I'll give you all the money and the Guinness World Record plaque." And the judge said, "Hell yeah." Blaine's this dude. Hell been to prove that we should. It's gonna come true. So we lived every night like it was his last day. He spoke like a pirate. Take all your money too. Then turn right around. Say, "Hey, look what I found." And give it all back to you. Say, "Jack, I like you, man. You and your boys are better than chocolate cake." Leave your hey Suzanne. Bring some shots to the band. All that they can take. The whole bar was dancing. On tables nailed down to the ground so it would not fall. And the cops, they just looked away. Almost like they'd been paid. Make sure the whole town was having a ball. King of the world above San Angelo. Top of a Ferris wheel. For $10 a ride, you can't sit by his side. He'll tell you everything's nothing. Nothing is real. Let's get high with the king of spin so fast that the world stands still. We point above the town and say, stars don't fall down. They just burn up the atmosphere and spread stardust around. Step right up. It's one hell of a Blaine on that Ferris wheel. Lights red and blue, round and round, spinning you on the highway. Said I've only had two. Oh, come on, Blaine, tell the truth. That's what you always say. The judge, he just broke out laughing. Blaine said, hey man, I'll cop a plea. I'll buy the whole town a circus. Just like community service, I'll give you all of the money for free. Let's get high with the king of San Angelo. Spin so fast that the world stands still. Point above the town, say hey, stars don't fall down. They just burn up the atmosphere and they spread stardust around. Step right up, it's one hell of a deal. Ride with Blaine on his Ferris wheel. Let a bar, just east of Phoenix. I was just about to leave, it was last call. I got a call from a friend, said Blaine's met his end. That's all. That night I made a promise, I was gonna head out to San Angelo. Gonna kick up my heels, pretend like nothing is real. Ride the Blaine on that Ferris wheel. King of the world's above San Angelo. Top of a Ferris wheel. $10 a ride. Can't sit by his side. He tells you everything's nothing. Nothing is real. Let's get high with the king of San Angelo. Spin so fast that the world stands still. Point above the town, say hey Jack, stars don't fall down. They just burn up the atmosphere. They spread stardust around. Step right up, 'cause it's one hell of a deal. Ride with Blaine on that Ferris wheel. One last time, like it's time that we steal. Ride with Blaine on his Ferris wheel. Thank you.